Welcome back.
Hi.
About to get on the bus.
We're going to learn some things about Emmy and her life.
Yay!
But somehow I know that Emmy probably needs more time than the bus ride will provide to get it all out, whatever it is.
I'm sure this isn't going to be depressing.
Yeah, maybe you're right. The bus stop probably isn't the best place for this anyway. But just to make sure that I don't go back on my word, I'll at least say this.
She takes a deep breath, lets it out, and after a moment, says in a low voice,
We're going to see my dad today.
"Oh no." The words hang in the air, and I can see that Emmy's afraid that I'll panic and disappear in response, which a part of me almost wants to do. But that would not be a good idea.
Yeah.
So can you show me what's wrong with you, please? And then just back out. Finally
I'm done. Yeah.
That wouldn't mess her up or anything. But it would be stupid of me to back out or to suddenly abandon the promise I made to be there for Emmy when she needs me.
It's almost like what we said.
Yeah, right? The nurse thought it was so weird of her to bring me along. She doesn't bring anyone along, or at least I'm willing to bet that she hasn't before today.
Not even ran? Score.
The day seems to take an even greater significance. What has it taken Emmy to even get this far? Stubborn asshole, apparently.
Her dad is Kenji.
Ah. And why is that the best I can manage as a response?
Yeah,
I don't know what I should say.
nothing, I think. Just promise that you're going to come with me.
Of course, you know I will. Emmy smiles wanly.
Yeah, I guess.
Wanly? Looking a little relieved. That's a wanly smile you have.
Good. In that case, we better get going.
The bus pulls up just a little after she finishes the sentence.
How'd you do that?
It's amazing. Fake
You're a
memories
witch.
of my first trip out here come to mind as I step off the bus, but unfortunately they're too vague to be of any use. I will be the first to admit that I don't quite recall how to get to Emmy's house, so I let her lead the way. She seems content to walk in silence, and I myself have no idea what I could possibly say, so the two of us arrive at her house, having said nothing since getting off the bus. Oh boy. Emmy's mother opens the door and doesn't seem surprised to see me standing next to her daughter. I expect that Emmy would have phoned ahead to let her mother know of the change in plans. Was she hoping I came alone?
Yes!
Emmy, Hisao, you're just in time. Lunch is just about ready. Great! I was afraid we might be running late.
As fast as you were going this morning, I doubt there was much of a chance of that.
I certainly hope she wasn't too much of a bother, Hisao. She tends to get a little paranoid about being on time when food's involved. Put on a little weight.
I hadn't noticed. This earns me a swat on the arm from Emmy, who, despite the serious nature of our conversation on the bus and the almost brooding, quiet walk, has quickly become cheerful again. Probably to keep her mother from worrying about whatever it is Emmy plans to tell me later. Mrs. Abarazaki ushers us in, and in short order we're around the table devouring lunch. I hadn't realized how hungry I was until I got there, but for once I seemed to be eating almost as much as Emmy.
Goodness, it's a good thing I made so much. Fat pig.
Yeah.
The two of you are acting like you hadn't eaten in days.
I skipped breakfast this morning.
Never eat breakfast. Have we ever seen any indication that he eats
I don't
breakfast?
think so.
Pills.
Me too. Had to catch the bus, I assume? That, and I figured you'd make too much food, so it wouldn't matter if I skipped breakfast. Well, it's good to know that I'm predictable.
Emmy nods enthusiastically, and conversation falls off again as we...
Yeah, sure.
What?
She's just like blowing her mom off.
As we very nearly clear the table of anything edible. It is a testament to the sheer amount of food on offer that we don't finish everything. I lean back in my chair with a sigh and thank Mrs. Abarazaki for the food.
I'm glad you liked it, Hisao. Now has Emmy told you where we're going?
Yeah, sort of. Is it far from here?
Not really, but we'll drive there to save time. It closes kind of early.
I nod in assent and stand up, ready to go. Well then, shall we? Huzzah!
Yay!
Mrs. Abarazaki nods and leaves the room to grab her keys. Emmy I notice, has started to fidget nervously. She fidgets a lot.
Yeah.
Second thoughts? Cold feet? Emmy smiles tightly at me and shrugs. She's fallen silent again, which probably means that I'm right, and she is starting to regret bringing me along.
Oh, God.
Not that I blame her. She's done such a good job of shutting me out that I doubt it's easy to suddenly open up. Honestly, I'm worried that she's forcing it. Maybe I should talk to her about it to ruin it.
Right.
But
Maybe I should bail.
But she said that while waiting for the bus that I'm not supposed to give her a chance to back out. I know, we were there. And since I promised to go with her anyway, I suppose there's not much of a choice. I can't go back on my promise, and she can't go back on hers. She's cornered.
We're in this to the death.
I just hope that both of us are up to it.
We're off.
Emmy's mother blows through the dining room, collects the two of us, and heads out the door at a brisk pace. Now I know where her daughter gets it from.
Woo! Bless you.
Excuse me. The car pulls up at the cemetery gates, and I feel Emmy tense up beside me. I reach over and give her hand a comforting squeeze, which causes her to relax a little. Emmy's mother doesn't follow us, explaining that she prefers to visit the grave alone. Aww.
It gotcha.
Emmy steps through the gates and looks back, as if to make sure I'm still there. We step into the cemetery.
I think it's hilarious that you're like, oh, he's dead. Like, you thought he was dead,
Yeah,
obviously.
immediately.
And then that, like, two episodes ago, you're like, oh, he is alive. I was like, oh, my God.
I don't... Well, you said after I said that he's in an iron lung, so I thought
Yeah.
maybe he's
I
in a
was
coma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, I was just fucking with you.
I
He's dead.
don't feel comfortable. Well, I figured that out in
Yeah.
5 seconds.
Yeah, he's the gravekeeper.
And it took Hisao 30 episodes. I don't feel comfortable in cemeteries. Gravestones litter the ground. Yeah. Each one serving as a reminder
That's how
that
that
someone
works.
used to be alive and is no longer. In case you don't know what a cemetery is.
Yeah, it's kind of the purpose.
How many died young? How many were as old as I am now? When do I wind up with a marker of my own? How much longer do I have left? What are we questioning here?
Well, better waste time thinking about it forever.
The concept of, yeah, you waste about half your life thinking. The concept of not waking up, not seeing Emmy anymore is not a happy one. It frightens me, and I very nearly turn around and exit right then and there.
Get the fuck out of here.
I don't want to die!
Ghosts!
I don't want to go among dead people. They're icky and gross, and I might catch dead person cooties.
Yeah, there's worms and
I
stuff.
don't want to see their stones and think about who they were or what they could have been if they'd only had more time. Then I look at the girl next to me, and my resolve returns. Emmy's striding purposefully down the path, eyes clear, setting a pace that's very nearly a jog. The sooner we get there, I suspect she thinks, the better.
We're here.
Really?
Oh.
I thought this was just a shortcut.
A gravestone, wholly unremarkable in everything except for the name etched upon it. The grass has grown up around the base.
I can't read kanji.
Or kanji. Emmy's eyes are riveted to the stone. After a few moments, she turns around, looking surprisingly calm, yet solemn.
Pink's not actually my favorite color, you know.
What?
I'm warming up to it.
Ah.
People tend to think that pink's my favorite color. I think it's because I like strawberries, and even though those are red, they just assume that pink's the right color for strawberries. And that it's my favorite color, but it's not. I'm too polite to tell anyone otherwise, of course, and it's not the kind of thing worth getting worried about. But I'll bet even you thought pink was my favorite color.
I didn't. But alright.
Yeah.
Blue! That's my favorite color. My mom and dad are the only two who know that. And now you do too.
I'm super special.
I would have guessed green.
That's what I would have thought. Thanks for telling me, I think.
You're welcome. That's all I had to tell you. That's what was bothering me.
My dad's alive and back at home.
I just take you somewhere private. I couldn't trust you because you think my favorite color's pink.
Oh, God. There's a pause as she considers what to say next, drawing a quick breath.
I can't carry a tune to save my life. I can hum, but actually singing a song is something I've never been able to do. I don't mind because I'm not a fan of karaoke anyway.
Well, that's one potential date out of the window. God, that's the only one I had.
Fuck. I love singing.
People all think that I'm a really popular and friendly person, but I only have a few close friends, probably because I keep everyone in the dark. But I think it's also because I hate the idea of losing a close friend.
All right, Hisao, she's telling you every aspect of her life.
Yep.
Don't complain anymore.
There aren't many people worth the risk. I'm terrible at saying goodbye. I sometimes think that I only run because it's what I used to do with my father. You're not my first boyfriend.
What?
Fuck.
I dated a guy for a long while during my second year at Yamaku, but in the end we broke up because I didn't want to get closer to him. He couldn't live with that distance between us.
Gee, I wonder how that feels.
What a loser.
I rub in her face. Her rate of speaking increases slightly, as if she's rushing towards a finish line.
I'm going to lose my voice.
I'm actually 1 year older than you. Everybody thinks I'm younger
Faster.
because I'm short, but I had to skip one school year because of my accident. They initially thought I was paralyzed when they pulled me out of the wreckage. I'd lost my legs already, but they were afraid that I wouldn't even be able to use what was left of them. After surgery, it was clear that their initial assessment was mistaken. I couldn't feel my legs because of shock, short-term paralysis due to the other trauma I'd experienced. My recovery was one of the fastest they'd ever seen, or so they told me. I never found out if they were serious about that or if they told that to all the patients learning to walk
I love
again.
this extended drink break I get.
God, I know. What the hell? You usually have to do these long-winded things.
She pauses, gathering herself for one last effort.
All right.
8 years ago today, I lost my legs, and I lost my father as well. He died on the way to the hospital. I didn't even get to go to the gravesite until 2 months later. We couldn't attend his funeral.
Okay. I'm so sorry.
Don't be. That's what everyone always says, that they're sorry. I hate hearing that. Like anyone could have done anything to change what happened.
Your dad could have been a better driver.
That's not the thing to say.
Just trying to lighten the mood, people. Don't hate me.
You know the best piece of advice I got? These things happen. I don't even remember who said it, but I guess they didn't have anything better to say. It's probably Rin. She says some weird shit. But it's true, you know? These things happen and there's nothing you can do about it. They aren't necessarily planned and they aren't always bad. And they aren't always good. But they are. So I made the decision that I would live without worrying about the future. And to be sure that I never had to say goodbye again, I decided I wouldn't let people get close to me anymore. I don't give two shits about my mom. After all, they could be taken away at any time. And you know what?
She laughs a little bitterly. Her eyes start to well up with tears, and I step forward to embrace her, but she holds up a hand to stop me.
I'm not finished.
A deep breath, and she continues.
It worked pretty well, until I met you and saw that you were trying to adjust to stuff here. So I thought I'd help, and then you were so nice and I couldn't help it. I wanted that D.
The tears are flowing now. From myself. Emmy seems alright. She accepts the embrace this time. The rest of her sentence is mumbled into my chest.
This sweater vest is super stupid. I tried not to fall for you, but I did. And then I tried to keep you at a distance, like with my first boyfriend, but I couldn't. But I've been so scared because I don't want to lose you, and I might anyway.
Hey, I'm still around, right? Maybe I won't be forever, but don't you think it'll be fun while it lasts? What? That's not a good thing to say.
I mean, you're not going to get...
Either of us could survive the day. There could be a bus crash or something. But so long as I know that
Mention crashes.
been with you, I don't think it matters. Yeah, that was like a horrible thing to say.
Yeah.
A sudden thought strikes me and I can't help laughing. My condition has me scared of dying so badly that I immediately seized on the opportunity Emmy presented to improve my odds of living longer. Yeah, she just opened up to you. Joke about dying.
Yeah. How dare
Leaving
someone
her
make
alone.
jokes at a time like this?
But without Emmy, would there have been any motivation to keep up with my running? It hits me that Emmy is the reason I want to go running every day, so I can spend as much time with her as possible. Emmy looks up at me, confused. We'll go on living until we stop. And profound.
Yeah.
When we stop living, we'll be able to know that at least we've had time together. And I wouldn't have it any other way, because I love you, Emmy, and right now, that's enough for me. Really? Finally. Emmy smiles through her tears and steps back from me.
You know, it's funny.
What is?
I thought that the best way to live in the moment was to do it alone. But now I don't think I'd have it any other way. I'm glad I met you, Hisao.
Well, that's what I've been trying to tell you.
Thank God.
God, you never listen. Well, these things happen. Didn't she just say to not say that? Emmy and I stay by the grave for a while as Emmy pays her respects
the
to
one she did like.
to her father. When she's ready to go, we exit the graveyard, side by side. Well, that wasn't as sad as I thought, but mainly because I knew 30 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Unless it's about to get worse or something. Emmy's mother drives us back to Yamaku. The trip back is very quiet. We wave goodbye as the car drives off, and I glance down at the girl leaning on my arm. It's not Emmy! Where'd she go?
Oh, God!
Who are you? Get off me! How are you feeling? Emmy shrugs non-committally.
I'll be fine. Come on, let's go.
We pause outside the girl's dorm, and I turn to face Emmy, ready to say goodbye.
Why don't you come up for a while?
Score.
Okay.
If you insist.
The walk up to her room is in silence. I'm not sure why I supposed I'd be turned away at the door. I guess I just assumed she'd want to be alone. Her mom, the nurse, hell, everyone who knew the significance of the day seemed to think it was best to leave Emmy alone. But she took me into the graveyard with her. She told me the whole story of what happened on the day she had lost her legs. And she wanted me around. The significance of this does not escape me. Emmy opens the door and steps into her room, not even bothering to invite me in, holding the door for me expectantly. I step in and the door swings shut behind me.
Hey, can I ask you a favor?
Yes. Sure. Can't guarantee I'll do it, but... Emmy giggles and pulls me into a kiss that starts out soft, but deepens into something almost desperate.
Stay with me, please.
Is that allowed? If so, why haven't we been doing that anyways?
Right. Why did I ever leave?
Her voice has dropped to a whisper. The question is barely audible over the sound of my own breathing. There's something about the way that she asks that question, the hesitancy in it, the quiet voice, that makes me think she doesn't mean tonight. Oh. No, she means exactly what she said. Stay with me, not tonight or forever, because both of us know that there's no such thing as forever. She meant like
Yeah.
in the relationship, not
Yeah.
in bed with her.
Well,
There's no
maybe
time
both.
limit to her request. There's just the request, the favor. Can I do that? Can I stay with her?
Why in?
Do you understand the question? Of course. The room spins. We embrace again, Emmy guiding me towards her bed. Well, okay. Stepping backwards with care until she sits down on the edge. Whoa, she's naked again.
Well then.
Okay. She's gotten my shirt off by this point, and I've similarly lifted hers over her head, bra and all. Her shorts come off just as quickly.
I don't remember this.
Well, I unlocked a new ending.
How did I wipe this from my memory?
With practiced ease, she removes her legs and pulls me onto the side of the bed with her, my hand coming around her smooth shoulder. I cast my gaze over her face, down her neck, following the line to the swell of her breasts before I lower my head, planting kisses across her chest, listening to her breath hitch as her hand slides further and further down my chest. As I work my way back up to her neck, I can feel her hands working at my belt, now fumbling slightly with the buckle, now unbuttoning, now unzipping until my pants fall to the floor.
Okay, I let this one run longer because I thought it was the finale,
Yeah.
but I don't know how much is left. I can't remember. It's been too long.
Was
So
the last act that short?
sometimes, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll call this an episode, and
And I'll describe another sex scene when we come back?
yeah. And then if the next episode ends up being like super short, we'll just tack it on to the end of this one.
Okay.
And call this the finale, because I can't remember. I thought it ended after you left the graveyard, but it's been like 3 years since I played this.
Right.
So maybe that's where I was just like, I can't handle it anymore.
It'd be kind of funny if it literally says end after this.
You click and it's the end. Well, you people watching probably know better than I, but we'll figure that out.